one of the things that we've kind of danced around a little bit here, but I want to kind of touch on, one or two things real quick is, we got to meet each other on some spots, but one of the big leaps forward for us was really, you going through that MBA program, the Facebook Ads MBA program. And, people can hear me talk about it till the cows come home, but right before we're getting on, you were saying, one of the biggest issues is the confidence, right? Is the ability to know what you're doing. And that's what the before world was like. Right. And now shit is fundamentally different. Right. And I just love to know from your own words, man, just what you got out of it and what you enjoyed most about it. Because I want people to know that these are things that real people can have for themselves. And I could try to say it a million times, but never trust the car salesman about the quality of the car. Ask the guy that paid money and bought it and driving it around for 30,000 miles, right? Yeah. It's somebody that has fundamentally changed their quality of life and their trajectory because of that. Man, talk to me about your experience and what you love the most.
Yeah, so what I love the most is the big picture. Honestly, I'm a big picture kind of person. I want to build big things. I want to help my clients build their businesses in a big way. And what I really, really loved is the fact that ultimately when we hopped on the phone call, we barely talked about Facebook ads. It was kind of funny because we barely talked. We had 2 or 3 calls, I think. About
before we got you in, it was like, I don't know if I should trust this guy. Yeah, we had probably 2 or 3 45-minute calls of you just making sure I was a legit dude and this is the right move for you. It was, hey, look, that's what it took to make you feel like it was the right thing to do. And very, very little of what we talked about was actually Facebook ads. Because Facebook ads has very little to do with your success as a Facebook ads manager, ironically enough.
Yeah, and that helped me out so much because I've liked to do Facebook ads, but I've always liked to help the business owner. That's why I would build out landing pages for business owners and help them convert, because majority of the time their website wouldn't convert. I'd be like, okay, don't worry, I'll do it. I got this, right? And I would go there and I build email sequences for them. And I say, okay, don't worry, I got this. Because I always knew there was more than Facebook. And what I love so much is that you teach more than Facebook. The ecosystem ROAS sheet for me has really changed my mind in the way that I look at businesses, and identifying bottlenecks has really changed my mind the way I look at businesses that I bring in, businesses that I want to work with. Because there were before, when they couldn't identify their own bottlenecks, it became really difficult to work alongside them, because it's like, hey, what are you doing to identify the bottleneck? I'm driving the traffic. It's only Facebook ads that's the problem. It's like, well, there's more to that. And I always knew inside of me that there was more to that. So once you reveal that, and I think that happened in our second call, you revealed that, and I said, boom, there it is. That, my belief in my glass jar shattered. And I said, well, shit, but that was one of the things I absolutely loved about it. Also the community. I've met some absolutely incredible people. Kelvin, Daniel, Alex, Tom, Jared. I mean, some incredible people out there who just, honestly, it's a good group of people that I was really hoping to connect with. And sometimes we take time outside even of your lectures, and we will look at hey guys, do you guys all have a question about this? Yes. Well, let's all hop on the call. And we all hop on the call.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah. We all hop on the call and we all talk together, and we send each other messages hey, how are things going? I called Tom 3 days ago, and I said, bro, I'm getting a $5 cost per lead. He goes, so I built some really good
it's like a fellowship. Yeah, community. I love that.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I really loved, and as well as our one-on-ones. I love one-on-ones. Those to me are incredibly important. That was one thing that we talked about in our third call. I said, hey, are we going to have one-on-ones? And you said, yeah, definitely. And I'll take as much time and answer all the questions that you need. And yeah, true. And I still have that as additional lectures instead of just buying a course. I have real world lectures that we can actually go through with real life questions and instances that I can tell.
Yeah, opening up your screen, recording the whole phone call, diving through, answering your questions, holding your hand through all of these individual things, giving you direction to the next pain points, letting you know, okay, here's the 5 things you're going to do. And in 7 days, this thing's going to go wrong. So let's prep for it now. All of that stuff, knowing what to do. And I love to see people blossom through all of that stuff. And I think, to wrap things up, the most important thing about that is you were trying to make a decision on whether or not you were going to take control of the rest of your life and what that direction looked like. And now you're a elite level marketer that is, taking on clients and doing really great stuff. And I mean, I love it. And part of the thing too is when you have new clients and you have new questions and stuff, there's that community. So it's not just like, well, I graduated, what am I going to do? It's like, well, I have a problem. I'll talk to you on Thursday or whatever, right? Yeah. And that's so great, and I love that. And so with that being said, like I would love to like leave the floor to you on this thing of like, how can people find you? Like maybe they really dug what you're doing. Maybe they're unhappy with the people that are going on. Maybe they just want like, can Vinny audit my account and maybe I can work with him if he actually knows what he's talking about? And like, yeah, because I want to make sure that people either, maybe they're trying to change what they're doing and they can reach out to you to be like, all right, is this for real? Or maybe they're struggling and they don't necessarily want to do it themselves, but they're very unhappy with the, very low quality support they're getting from some big fancy name of a whole bunch of people that are overworked, poorly trained, and underpaid, and they're not getting the love they deserve.